Mous is back for the S24 Ultra, like the years before, with the Limitless 5.0 and the Clarity 2.0, but also with the Ultra Thin, and that one is new to me. So you know what that means. First impressions are really good actually. If you've seen my Aramid fiber video, you may have already heard it, but I really like that case. It has an excellent fit, very easy to install, deinstall, but also stays on there really good. Of course, these cutouts at the side help with that, but Mous cases have been consistently good with their fit. This case also features one of those soft cloth liners in the case to avoid micro scratches. The outer material feels silicone-like, but the good kind, like MagBag cases. It feels like the smaller brother of MagBag, and you'll find that in the magnets as well, since these are all really good. There is no S-Pen interference when nothing is attached, but with something attached though, you'll find a lot of interference. To me though, that's no issue, since I won't be using it with something attached anyway, but it may be for you. I want to highlight just how awesome these button cutouts are though. They are really something else. They could have easily gone for the regular flat cutouts, but here they went the extra mile and really smoothed them out, making it very comfortable to use. Its edges are now sort of rounded out. Awesome work. The only thing which deserves more love is the camera bump. I'm over the P-shaped design and it just doesn't look good. On the side you can see the screen is protected, but barely. Really minimalistic protection going on here. Only at the top and bottom is there slightly more protection, even though it's not much. On the front it looks very beautiful though. You can see the titanium edge on there really good, and they obviously spent time on this to make it look refined as well. Moving on to the Limitless 5.0. This one is still a solid option. The fit is good, the buttons are really clicky, and it's an overall grippy case to hold too. That's the material, but also the texture on the sides for sure, and it looks great doing it. The camera bump is still that P-shape here too, which isn't great looking, but the camera is deep enough in there to protect it. This year I've bought the bamboo version, the speckled fabric like always, and the Aramid fiber one. The speckled fabric is still my favorite out of the bunch. It's just a very comfortable way of making a case. Easily cleaned, even though it doesn't look like it, and it makes it grippier too. There's also no edge feelable where the backplate meets the sides. Something which you can't say about the Aramid fiber version, because here it's very noticeable. And that's something Mous should have fixed by now. Because I've been saying this since the iPhone 14. To be fair though, at that time it was more models of this case which weren't comfortable, and not just the Aramid fiber, but still. I really like the protection level on these cases. On the inside of the case you can clearly see that impact absorption material. It really feels like it will protect your phone for sure. And that's great. Of course the aggressive front protection is also present here, and even though the sides aren't as protected, they are still protected pretty well. I don't think you should have to worry about this at all. They also have a spot for if you want to attach a lanyard or something, if that's your thing. Something which I found really funny though is the fact that the bamboo one seems to be real bamboo. I totally missed that part and thought it was just plastic. So with my strength test, I was pinching it in really hard like I always do, and the bamboo or material that looks like it broke right away. Can't find the material on their website to verify though. Now that's not a look, the case is weak by any means. And I don't see that happening with normal use. But I do find it a little odd, since now I'm wondering what would happen if you were to drop this version, or sit on it for that matter, since that would basically be the same pressure. The bamboo-ish material on there is probably really thin. Interesting details though. By the way, on the bamboo version, no edge from the backplate to the side is feelable, only the crack I just created. It features another soft inner too, which is always good, and the case also features MagSafe, which gives no interference without anything attached, but with something attached you'll find that normal interference. The MagSafe strength is good too, more than enough I'd say, so these are all great cases. Finally, the Clarity 2.0, and here it really looks good again. That iridescent colorway just looks awesome. Every year with almost every color phone. And this year with the titanium S24 Ultra, it looks great. The buttons are just as clicky as the Limitless 5.0. And here the front protection is even better, since now it's on both sides like that. This case really feels like the ultimate protection case. I really like this one. It feels like a sort of rounded off Limitless, with a really comfortable, clear case spin to it. Even the backplate, which has this angled bottom edge, it all feels really smooth. The cutouts are all nicely done, more than enough room for the third-party USB-C cables, and the S Pen cutout has a smooth out edge too. You can easily press it with your fingers, so you don't have to use your fingernail to get the S Pen out. They also kept the corner protection, so even though it features that comfortable S Pen cutout, no protection is sacrificed to achieve that. The only part which I would once again do differently is the camera bump. And here even more so, because it doesn't look safe enough. I'm sure they did the math, but it just doesn't look like it's enough protection. Because if you lay that one flat on a table, I think there would be like 3 millimeters of space in between your lens and the desk itself. I would really like a bigger ring on there to avoid scratches. Or just to give me a more at ease feeling when using this one. And even though it looks good, it's not as if it's a minimalist case at all, so I'm not sure why they made this design decision here. Once again, it features MagSafe 2 and pretty much the same story here. No interference without accessories and normal interference with. If I were to choose a clear case, I'd pick this one for sure. Now, if you are still undecided, make sure you check out either of these videos and I'll hope to see you there.